Good evening. Doesn't our graduate looks fantastic? Congratulations, class of 2024. Graduates, you may be seated. I am Nicole Davis, principal of Stivers School for the Arts, and I welcome you to Stivers School for the Arts commencement exercises. So before we begin with this joyous ceremony, please remember to silence your cell phones. Please be courteous to those by refraining from talking during the ceremony. We encourage you to express pride and enthusiasm by applauding, but please keep in mind that everyone wants to hear their child's name. At the conclusion of the ceremony, please remain in your seats while the platform as well as the graduates exit the stadium. You will be able to meet them outside of the stadium and take pictures, but no one will be permitted onto the floor. Thank you for your attention. Please sit back and enjoy the commencement exercise for Stivers School for the Arts. Thank you, and please welcome to the stage our senior class president, Shayana Henderson.
Good evening, class of 2024, and hello to all the families, friends, faculty, and staff. For those who don't know me, my name is Shayana Henderson, and I'm honored to be your Stivers School for the Arts 2024 senior class president. I would like to thank all of my family who came to support me during one of the most impactful moments in my life. Thank you to my Nana for being dedicated to the task of waking me up every morning. I'm sorry, guys. Okay. Thank you to my Nana for being dedicated to the task of waking me up every morning to make sure I wasn't going to be any later than I already was. Thank you to all the wonderful staff and students who made Stivers truly live up to its name. Thank you to my best friends, or as 7th grade us would say, the BB Rangers. They're the ones who made me laugh, even though I had already decided I was going to be mad for the day. Chadwick Boseman once said, "You have to cherish things in a way when you know the clock is ticking. You are under pressure." This year, I saw another side of my class that made me think of all these years, especially middle school. Undeniably, some of the most memorable years in our lives. Making friends, the middle school Scott dance, learning about ghost stories, and even experiencing some of the ghost stories. While we were stuck in a moment of being kids, we never realized how the statement, "time flies," is generally misunderstood. We took our friendships, after-school hangouts, art walks, and Mr. Hitchcock's class for granted. As we learned to be happy and adapt in the new environment we were in, the world seemed to be against us. During COVID, we conquered challenges that we never faced before. We lost our middle school dance, adapted to a new world, juggled responsibilities, lost loved ones, and battled mental health. With that came valuable lessons that helped us to overcome our mistakes and problems that helped guide us to find peace of mind. After facing the technology-based world and transitioning back into the real world, it became clear to me that I was filled with uncertainty. Many of us have experienced this unsureness firsthand when opening decision letters, waiting to hear back from a job, and desperately waiting for teachers to update hack. Many of us, however, it's from these uncertainties that we learn the biggest lessons, forge the greatest bonds, and they will undeniably help us to navigate the unknown in our lives. Despite the class of 2024 unique beginnings, we adapted, and there were some great moments over the years, especially senior year. During this year, we learned how to make the best out of the time we had left and have fun. Maybe too much fun. But the biggest question we had was about our caps and gowns that we anxiously had to wait until the end of the year for. Well, we got them. But seeing all my classmates in their caps and gowns left me with a feeling of sorrow. As I looked around at some of the faces I've been seeing since 7th grade, some even kindergarten, I'm flooded with bittersweet memories of all our time here. We arrived at Stivers as hopeful children that our high school musical dreams would come true, and maybe we were a little naive. Together we navigated the trials of puberty, the pressure of exams, and the complexities of procrastination. We have grown from the quiet voices in the back of the classroom to confident individuals who stand ready to take on the world. We have learned not learned just from textbooks, but from each other. We have been shaped by the late night study sessions, spirited debates, and the shared laughter that filled the dark spaces with light. Our growth is not measured solely by the diplomas we're about to receive. It is seen in our newfound ability to face adversity with resilience, to approach problems with critical thinking, and to embrace diversity with an open heart. We have learned the value of hard work, the importance of compassion, and the undeniable power of dreaming big. In just a little while, we will walk across the stage, receive our diplomas, and abruptly close the book on this chapter of our lives. As we close this segment, let us take a moment to appreciate how far we've come. You all have developed into beautiful adults with big personalities that are ready to embark on new adventures, armed with knowledge that the challenges ahead are simply opportunities for new growth. So, to the class of 2024, I say this: be proud of who you become and look forward to who you will be. Let's move forward, not just as graduates, but as lifelong learners who continue to grow with every step we take. I am so proud to be the president of such a wonderful class. I truly wish that I could relive this moment for life. This is a moment we have dreamed of forever, yet forever seems so fleeting now. No more will we crowd the small halls between classes, run from the sounds of keys jingling, dramatically texting your parents for early dismissal, or wonder if you hit submit on that assignment that was due before 11:59. Because all of our efforts paid off, and we did it. Seniors, we stayed patient, and here we are, still standing, still graduating. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2024. At this time, please turn your attention to Stivers School for the Arts Symphonic Orchestra as they perform a musical selection called Firework Music. Thank you.
Good evening, family, friends, teachers, classmates, and those who could not make it today. I am Olivia Kaprosky, the valedictorian for Stivers School for the Arts, class of 2024. I set out one goal for myself for the entirety of my senior year: to soak it up in essentially every aspect, from going to different Stivers sporting events and even sporting events from different schools, going to the school dances that I could make, attending various performances from dance to theater and to photography events. I felt really compelled to fill up my senior year with all of these special moments because COVID showed us all how these special moments can be taken away so quickly. I also really wanted to get involved in various events this year because I have learned through my time at Stivers School for the Arts to never take time spent with friends or loved ones for granted. So this goal was very important to me. I'm competitive by nature, so when I tell myself I'm gonna do something, it's getting done. Some of my other strengths include achievement, strategy, and responsibility, but the only way that I was able to grow into these particular strengths was through brokenness and the struggle. Let's do a little ceramics lesson. Mr. Hall will like this one. In Japan, there's a particular form of pottery called kintsugi, translated to gold seams. It is a practice where broken pieces of pottery are formed back together to make a whole piece again, using a Japanese lacquer, and that lacquer is made using a gold powder. So throughout the pottery, it is evident where the pieces have been broken, yet it is beautiful with these priceless gold seams poking through. The only way that this piece of pottery can become beautiful is through the brokenness. Bryan Stevenson, Harvard University graduate, lawyer, and founder of the Equal Justice Initiative once stated, "We are all broken by something. We have all hurt someone and have been hurt. We all share the condition of brokenness, even if our brokenness is not equivalent." This reveals that every single one of us have had times in our lives where we have been broken down into pieces, but the brokenness was not for nothing, and many of us have become more beautiful through the brokenness in our lives. At that moment, we may not have thought so, but reflecting back on it, we can see all of the gold lacquer holding through the parts of us that have been through the difficult times or different struggles that we as humans will inevitably face, and can realize the importance of those moments. Back to my one goal from the beginning of the year. I can think back to the exact moment where that goal began. Picture this: seventh grade, 5th period, Miss Hitchcock's pre-algebra class. All of us tiny little 7th graders sat in the chairs lined on either side of the classroom, and on a particular day in the spring, Miss Hitchcock brought in several seniors to testify how quickly our time at Stivers School for the Arts would go. The seniors proclaimed that their 6 years spent at this school went by quicker than they could spell the quadratic formula. Okay, I'm embellishing just a little. In my head, I had my doubts about how quick it would go, but as I am up here reading this, I completely believe them now. Even though it felt like a blink of an eye, I learned skills about the importance of professionalism from Miss DeShona, the dedication required to the art of photography thanks to Miss Stahl, the meaning behind true compassion, and the skills to cultivate true and lasting friendships. Thank you to my dad, who continues to inspire and encourage me, my friends who uplift and celebrate me, my family for being my rock, and lastly, to the class of 2024 for being who you are. Finally, as Miss Walden says, be safe and make good choices, and even though I will not see y'all tomorrow, I cannot wait to see what the future holds for all of us. Thank you.
Superintendent Lawrence, each student has earned a minimum of 20.5 Carnegie units in all required courses and has demonstrated competency and readiness as defined by the Ohio Department of Education's graduate requirements. I do hereby certify that each of these students have met or exceeded the graduation requirements set forth by the Dayton Public Schools of the Ohio Department of Education. Superintendent Lawrence, I present for your acceptance the Stivers School for Arts Class of 2024.
As superintendent of Dayton Public Schools, and by the powers entrusted to me by the Ohio Department of Education and the Dayton Board of Education, I do hereby accept these candidates for graduation and release their diplomas to be presented during this ceremony. Board President Smith, it is my honor to commend to you the Stivers School for the Arts, class of 2024.
It's kind of hard tonight. Good evening. I know we got to do better than that. This is a celebration. Good evening. One more time so we can get used to it. Good evening. So just so you know, if you haven't looked in your programs, after I get done, you get to scream for your little ones. So let's practice it one time. Let's give them all a round of applause right now. I like that, I like that. Good evening to all of our families, teachers and administrators, and most importantly, our soon-to-be graduates. On behalf of the Dayton Board of Education, I would like to extend my sincere congratulations to the Stivers School for the Arts, class of 2024. My name is Will Smith, and I serve as the president of the Board of Education, and tonight it is my privilege to stand before you and congratulate you on this achievement. Now I've gone to graduations as a graduate, I've been as a cousin, I've been as a family friend. Tonight is different for me because I'm here as a father, and that is kind of scary. I feel a gray hair coming on as I say that. But I believe I have the perspective that allows me to resonate with all of you parents, all of you aunts, uncles, family, friends, grandmas, grandparents, sisters, brothers. Give yourselves a round of applause. And unless you have another student at Stivers, I'd like to say congratulations to you, because after tonight you get your name back. For some reason at Stivers, for 6 years, you no longer get to be who you are. I used to be Will Smith, and for 6 years, I was Amaya's dad. I can introduce myself, I'm Amaya's dad. I get to meet Phoenix's mom, and Benji's dad, and Dorian's dad at a soccer game. You no longer get to be yourself as a Stivers parent. And so congratulations to all you parents, because you get to be yourselves from now on. For our students here, I'm so excited for you tonight. I have had the pleasure of watching you perform for 6 years now. But for a brief moment, I want you all to think back on that time as you came in, and for those who came in later, and give yourselves a round of applause if you think you're grown now. I love it, I love it, I love it. So I need all of my parents, all of my grandparents, for 2 moments, I need you to perform now. So for every parent, every auntie, uncle, grandparent, hold your hand out to your children. And I need you to repeat after me. If you can find them, look at them, because they're performing directly to you. Repeat after me. Say, I know you think you're grown now, but there's so much to learn. And as you travel on this road of life, I'll be there at every turn. But since you think you're grown now, and I'm so proud of you, when you tell me that you've got your bills, remember we both grown and I got bills too. I think the students perform a little bit better. Now this night is just not a graduation. I really want you to reflect on where you came from. As you've heard over and over, you are that class that never got to finish 8th grade in the building. You started out 9th grade not knowing when you'd see that building again. You had to navigate through so many different things that honestly, other students around our district didn't have the same thing to deal with because you had been in the building that you had to go away from. You had to wonder, when would we have a Stivers Celebrates? When would I get to be in my building and actually sing, actually play my instrument? And for that, I am so proud of you for navigating that, and you made up for that because I must say I am extremely proud of everything you've done. Not only did you succeed, but you're special. And anybody who's been to a Stivers performance knows how special you are, and you don't even have to go to a performance. You can just walk the halls, and it's evident. But since we're here, I'd like to share some of those things. Students across all magnets and pathways receive top regional and national awards for their work, including Gold Key Awards, Silver Key Awards, and Congressional Awards. One student was a Young Arts Award winner, and another placed in the top 25 in the state for the governor's competition. 72% of our students completed the FAFSA, which leads to 83% of those students planning to continue their education after high school. Now, you can clap for that. You can clap for that. On top of that, we have 6 students enlisting in the military. These Stivers students before you have already earned 286 college credits among them. And we know they do it in the classroom, but I would be remiss not to mention that the softball team won the city championship. Those young ladies took home the city championship again in track. And this year we had our inaugural city cheer competition, and guess who won that as well? So I never want to hear someone tell me that an art student can't compete outside of the classroom as well. So as you move on, I truly urge you to remember all of the things that you've learned here. You've done so many things, and some of you may not go on to continue with the arts that you've studied here, and some may. But what we have to remember is what we really learned from the arts. It's not the songs we sing. It's not the plays that we perform in. It's we learn how to concentrate. We learn how to be creative. We learn how to have dedication and perseverance. You know what it takes to put on a performance. You know what it takes to spend those hard days. You don't get out of school at 3 o'clock. You're there. So if you never, ever perform again, you keep those skills. If you never sing in another concert, you remember how strong your voice is. If you never pick up another instrument, you remember how to play to your beat and your song. And if you miss a note, you smile and you keep going. If you never have another dance recital, you continue to move through life with the grace and beauty that you've always shown. I need my creative writers to continue to be instigators because this world needs that. If you never pick up a camera, if you never go on to continue to do film, you have that eye for discernment and make sure you keep everything in the proper view and perspective. That is what you do here, Stivers students. You go on and you thrive because that is what you do. And guess what? The world is a stage, but you've already showed over these years that you've been giving your best performance. So now, on behalf of the Dayton Board of Education, I accept these students commended to me by Superintendent, and they shall be hereforth deemed graduates of Dayton Public Schools, and they shall be hereforth bestowed with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities afforded to graduates of this school system. As a father, I'm so proud of you, Amaya. As a father, I'm so proud of you, Amaya. As a father, I'm proud of all of you. Now please, the rest of you, please rise to your feet and give a hand for these Stivers School for the Arts class of 2024.
Olivia Ann Kaprowski. Rachel Mary Myers. Grace Cameron Bruner. Areli Maya Sobranas. Benji Robert Moore. Connor David Egloff. Jubilee Rocket Becker Hall. Michael Martin Loftus. Dorian William Eugene Lawrence. Callista Erilyn Roos. Mackenzie James Osage. Leon Rose Wolford. Cheyenne Sincere Henderson. Maya Ann Alford. Haley Candace Anderson. Sanaa Faith Everett. Quentin Jameson Bailey. Paul Michael B. Miller. Jayla Lene Berry. Ella Gray Bilberry. Jakaya Lachey Brown. Aaron Reese Buck. Ivory Reason Carson. Phoenix Renee Carter. Elijah Shane Chandler. Rose Michelle Clark. Paige Sanae Coleman. Mila Nicole Colston. Calvin Anthony Cotton Cash. Erica Lene Kroom. Deja Liana Dansby. Keith Lamar Davenport. Alexa Dawkins. Kyle Matthew Dennis. Lucy Babe Ethel Dennis. Amber Grace Deere. Lavea Kania Dillard. Lillian Marie Fink. Hayden Michael Fisher. Kalina Mary Fisher. Destiny Lynn Rose Fisher. Aiden Paul Fitzgerald. Alavine Mirella Juliet Fleetum. Nia Leanne Jayla Feckler. Zoe Joy Ford. Alyssa Jade Frizzell. Tori Marilyn Fuson. Paulina Jalika Galvin Tesoko. Corey Lene Gant. Kenya Rose Gardner. Amaya Miranda Gibson. Kit Marie Gilliam. Destiny Lynn Gilmore. Jalen Lenora Gostin. Jasmine Kaye Grant. Grace Ann Kroom. Mary May Gunkel. Lisbeth Molina Gutierrez. Tamara Joyce Ham. Symphony Amor Hargrove. Aaron Harvey. Erica Levon Harvey. Rihanna Sophia Hatton. Amare Christian Hawes. Michaela Helena Heinlein. Scylla Lunera Denora Tate. Stephanie Hernandez Milan. Maria Juanita Hester. Sovereign Alexander Tomas Holbrook. Kelsey Nicole Huff. Robert Lee Ingram III. Kamari Diamond Jackson. Kyler Lee Owen Jacobs. Tashana Lynn Jones. Zachariah Michael Jones. Jack Thomas Kesterson. Jayla Nicole Lee. Atella Mason Pinthony. Tajay Kiande McCatherine. Kyle Kathleen McGovern. Brooklyn K. Messer. Talia Dejaya Doraya Morton. AJ Nesbitt. Zora K. Ann Owsley. Lauren Christian Pate. Serena Jorailia Perrier. Jakayla Maya Pounds. Maya Janice Radford. Sage Larae Ramby. Jacqueline Ramirez Jesus. Kendall Alexis Richardson. Stefan Gregory Robinson. Monica May Ann Rodriguez. Amaya Rayana Ross. Ciare Grace Sanye. Sierra Juanita Scarver. Kyrin Angela Smith. Danielle Janine Scott. Mariana Lene Scurry. Charlie Shivers IV. Oliver Michael Sills. Charla Louise Sowers. Janaya Michelle Spears. Alana Brielle Stone. Matthew Cote Swanson. Amila Danae Taylor. Shayla Alanye Lynn Trammell. Isabel Marguerite Trodal. Cameron Anthony Turner. Indira Renee Valdez. Parker James Waller. Zion Nabi Smith. Diamond Danielle Leanne Jones. Essence Michelle Tyvette Watts. Jasmine Nicole West. Rikaya Lachey White. Demetrius Adam Williams Jr. Luna Corinne Wilson. Lyric Nicole Wingfield. Gabriel Ray Combs. Alicia Marie Jones. Ladies and gentlemen, honored guests, cherished alumni, it is my honor and privilege to present to you this evening the 2024 Stivers School for the Arts graduating class.
Wow. Find my speech here. First of all, congratulations, class of 2024. Let's give a round of applause. My name is Connor Egloff, and before I start my speech this evening, I think it is only appropriate that I take a moment to show appreciation and thank the incredible people who have made it so that I can be on this stage speaking to you tonight. To start, I would like to thank all of my teachers, especially those who were patient with me, and those who challenged me to do my best every single day. Teachers like Mr. Unger, Miss Daniels, Miss Walden, Mr. Frost, Miss Zenny, and the one and only Deshona Pepper Robertson. Thank you. You all sparked something in me and made me who I am today. There are not enough words nor time before they kick me off this stage that could properly relay my gratitude for all that you give. Thank you. I want to thank my best friends in the entire world, because without their support and love, I would not have found myself. I owe all of my creativity and freedom of self-expression to you showing me it is okay to be me. Thank you. Last, but certainly not least, I want to thank my parents. You two are always in my corner and supporting me however you can. Through all the hard times and all the good times, you've taught me literally everything that I know, and I cannot imagine where I'd be without you. I pray that you see that everything that I accomplish is because you inspired me to try. Thank you. Right now, in each of our lives, and in the world around us, things are constantly changing. For many of us, the idea of not being in control of what happens in our life, or not being able to know what the future has in store for us, is terrifying. I know that I myself spent the entire first quarter panicking. For the first time in my life, when asked what I want to go to school for, I froze. I didn't know the answer anymore. For 17 years, the answer was always musical theater, acting, Carnegie Mellon, North Carolina School for the Arts, Broadway. I had just come back from the opportunity of a lifetime at Interlochen's Summer Arts Camp up in Michigan. I was there. I made it to the professional level. I was working alongside Broadway veterans in choreography and performing. I was one of the leads in the show. I spent 6 weeks studying theater and rehearsing for the musical we were going to perform, and it was genuinely one of the greatest experiences of my life. But then I came home and reality settled in. I came back to school in the fall, and I questioned myself. Is this really what I want to do for a career? Is this the right choice? Do I want to audition for all of these schools, and if I make it, and if I have enough money to eat every night, will I be fulfilled? It shattered me. So, of course, I went to my mom. Mom, I said, I don't know if I want to do this for the rest of my life, but that feels so wrong because I feel like I'm going to disappoint everyone who has supported me and expects me to be some famous actor or something. From across our living room, her eyebrows raised in that motherly way of knowing that I had already answered the question that I didn't know how to ask. Why am I so afraid to change? Why are we, as humans, so inadvertently allergic to things being different than how it's always been? I struggle with this question every day. However, I wish to challenge all of our perceptions in my speech tonight. My line of thinking begins with a simple question. What really is change? To be completely honest, change is a lot of things. Change is switching toothpaste brands because Colgate makes your tongue feel funny. Change is your health insurance provider. Change, if you're trying to be funny, is a couple of pennies. Change is the gears in a car to get you where you're going. Changes is a Tupac song. Change is a breakup. Change is a new puppy. Change is a butterfly. Change is metamorphosis. I was sitting in Walden's class during lunch because she was helping me sort of centralize all of these things that I wanted to say to you all. And I looked up at her whiteboard, and there were butterflies all over it. And it hit me. Change is a butterfly. It is metamorphosis. Change, at its simplest and purest form, is living. And by that logic, to live is to change. The day that things stop changing is the day that the world stops spinning and the sun stops peeking over the horizon. We have to change, or we aren't truly living. Right now, a huge change is happening in our lives. We are graduating high school and moving in a direction of independence. Some of us are going to college or pursuing some other form of higher education. Some of us are going to apprentice in something like tattooing. Some of us might go immediately into the workforce or enlist in the military. And some of us may have absolutely no idea what we're going to do. But to be honest, do any of us really? The important thing to remember is change is not just something that happens. It's also a verb, an action, to change something. We as individuals have the power to change life at our fingertips. We can make change. In 1918, right after World War I, women gathered together to protest the fact that they were denied the right to vote. After 2 years of fighting and protesting, the 19th Amendment was ratified in 1920, expanding voting rights to women. In 1969, when the harassment of the queer community had reached its peak, thousands upon thousands of people rioted in 6 days in what would be later known as the Stonewall Riots. From 1952 until the late 1970s, people of all races and genders stood together in a civil rights movement and demanded that legislation concerning segregation be removed and that all people be given life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness as is stated in our federal Constitution. Normal people made that happen. People like you and me, young people. So I challenge you, as the world we live in continues to change every single day, be a part of it. Fight for what you believe in. Right now is not the time to simply stand on the sidelines and watch. Families are still going hungry. Poverty is still rampant in our streets. Rights are still being denied. Minorities are still being targeted. And wars are still being fought. The changes are rushing past us so quickly that it feels safer to step back than to grab hold and risk the injury. So how are we, class of 2024, gonna make a difference? The first step is abandoning that fear of change. How could the butterfly ever pollinate the rose if it never ventured to break free from its chrysalis? We are graduating high school. We now have the freedom to emerge from our inhibitions and truly make the world a better place. Never again can we be afraid. Embrace the change, be the change, live the change. Thank you.
Hello. Good evening, everyone, but especially the members of the soon-to-be graduated Stivers School for the Arts class of 2024. I'm Rachel Myers, and I'm the salutatorian for this year. What more is there to say? In this final moment, hearts pounding and hands twitching towards those tassels, I'll make this brief. Some of you may feel nervous about what follows this moment. Some of you, I know, have been counting down the seconds since our first day in August, or even since our first day all the way back in 2018. But wherever you fall on that scale, let me assure you that we are ready. Through dedication, patience, and hundreds of morning bag checks, we're here. But I don't know, could the world possibly be ready for us? I guess it's time to find out. It is my privilege to announce the graduating class of Stivers School for the Arts, class of 2024. Graduates. Graduates, please stand at this time. Please join me and move your tassel from the right to the left. Congratulations!